Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. It's a new month. We've got a new Board Game Bento in our hands. Board Game Bento is one of the numerous geek boxes out there. This one's geared towards board game fans. What a shock from the name. It's from the folks who also do the Comic Bento, which has been a solid box for those interested in comic books. This one, of course, is geared towards board game fans. It's a little bit more expensive of boxes. It's probably about like $50 to get it, and generally you get at least that money's worth of games, even at like a cheap retail, blowout price. So it's generally worth it. There's some good, there's some bad, in that you get whatever they give you. So if you already got the game, you're kind of screwed, and you might not always enjoy what's in there. So we're gonna go and look at what's actually in the box and figure out the retail value of everything, and whether or not it is worth it. So this month's theme is the past. October 2016 marks Board Game Bento's first anniversary, and they're celebrating this momentous occasion with a look on the past. This month they bring you 3 historical games set in the 19th and 20th century, from the Wild West to World War II. Now, unfortunately, the first game in the box is one that I already have, but I love the game, so I can speak highly of it. It's High Noon Saloon, starting with the oldest game, both in setting and release, set in mid-1800s. High Noon Saloon by Slugfest Games was a 2011 Origins Awards Best Board Game nominee. You might know Slugfest Games for the popular Red Dragon Inn series. Well, they branched out from fantasy into this game, and let me go and look it up on Board Game Geek. So the game is action-packed game, High Noon Saloon. You're combating it in an all-out brawl. Fought in Old West Saloon, shoot it out from a distance or getting close and beat your opponents directly. Move different parts of the saloon to get upper hand. Whatever you do, make sure you keep your guard up. If you're not careful, you get beaten to a bloody pulp, shot full of holes, or both. This is one standing game. Last person standing wins. And let me bring it up to see how good it is. Now, this is a game I actually really enjoy. I own it myself. It's for 2 to 6 players. It's 30 to 60 minutes, ages 10 and up. You get 98 card Saloon deck, 18 card load deck, 8 character cards, 8 character pawns, 6 player mats, 6 grit markers, 3 plus 10 grit markers, 14 bullet markers, map of the Saloon, rule book, 6 rule summary cards. It's got a rating of 5.66 or 6.42 on Board Game Geek, and normally retails for $29.99. You can get it for about $15.72. We'll have everything kind of at the bottom at the end of the video, so you can see if this was worth it. This, out of the games so far immediately in this box, I'm kind of impressed by it. This one, it's a fun game. I really enjoy it, and forget Board Game Geek. This is a game you should just check out, period. Next, we've got the Manhattan Project Chain Reaction. So this is the last one. So this is by Minion Games. The world is again threatened with war. As War Ministry, you have been tasked with confronting aggression, with developing atomic bombs for your country. Your spies have stolen the needed technology, but you need to acquire the materials and personnel to get the job done before your rival nations do. Once someone has built 10 megatons of bombs, the final round will finish, and the player with the most bombs will win. Their nation's survival is guaranteed. It's ages 8 and up, 1 to 5 players, 20 to 30 minutes. A single-player game, I have to give them some credit on. You don't see that too often. And let's go find some things out about this. Manhattan Project. So Manhattan Project Chain Reaction captures the high-tension arms race of the acclaimed board game in a new streamlined card format. Balance your resources, decide between taking advantage of buildings, output, or applying their workforce, and strategize your way to being the ultimate nuclear superpower. For Minion Games, there's like no info on it of how many players. Oh, yeah, well, I said there. Ages 8 and up, 1 to 5 players, 20 to 30 minutes. But there's no like content as to how much you get, I don't think. It is actually not in here. Minion Games. We'll see if that makes things a bit easier. No, nothing. Nothing in Board Game Geek, so I have no idea how well this game is rated. So we're going to go find this out. We'll do some research after the video is all done. But so far you got a game where you are running around a saloon and another one that's a card game. So there's very different versions or different types of games that are released in this box. So that's good. Oh, here we go. So this is... There we go. Chain Reaction. Found it. Don't know why it didn't come up for it. So this is 6.02, 6.95. Listed for $14.99. You can get it for $8.35. So that means either you're looking at roughly $45 worth of stuff, or about $26 worth of stuff, depending on what price you go off of. Next, finally, we have World's Fair 1893. It's Seal of Excellence for Dice Tower, winner of a Mensa Select and Dog to Thimble Best Family Game. So this is from Renegade Game Studios and Foxtrot Games. World's Fair 1893, 2 to 4 players, 40 minutes to play, ages 10 and up. Step back in time and experience the wonder and beauty of the spectacular exposition. Acting as an organizer of the fair, send out your supporters to gain favor with influential people and secure the grand exhibits that will be put on display. So one thing Past was obsessed with was the future. It'll spend time wondering what tomorrow will bring. The future is so much more now than it was in 19th and 20th century. The optimism and foresight is captured in World's Fair 1893 by Renegade Games, based on a real assembly of turn-of-the-century futurists in 19th century Chicago. World's Fair 1893 reminds us that we are where we are today because 120 years ago there were those who asked where we could be in the year 2000. 2016 Mensa Select winner. This isn't just a genre game about smart people. Chicago is a spectacular international exhibit that showcased many great achievements in science, technology, culture, and entertainment. Acting as organizers of the fair, players work diligently to increase their influence throughout the fair and to obtain the grand exhibits that will be put on display. The organizer who has earned the best reputation when the fair begins will emerge victorious. So this is actually sounds really interesting. World Fair. Hopefully this will come up. So we have an award-winning game, which is pretty good. So this actually is a really high rating. 6.49, 7.47 is the average rating. This for $40, you can get it for about $21.50 on Amazon. So altogether, you are looking at probably a low $48 if you were to get everything off of Amazon. So not quite worth it. But if you go with retail, you're looking at more like $80-something. So like it, dislike it. It's kind of up in the air as to what you think the value is of this all. But overall, you're getting 3 different games, very different style games throughout the ages, and you know, I kind of dig it. The new theme for next month is the present. So once the past is behind you, you got to think about the present. So you can go and get your own BoardGameBento.com. We've got a link below this video. It's not an affiliate link, so we get nothing from that. But if you're a board game fan and you kind of want a themed bunch of games every single month delivered to you, Board Game Bento I think is really worth it. It's a little bit expensive, but you generally get some fun games, interesting stuff. So far I haven't gotten too many duplicates out of it, which is solid. But you know, I give a nice thumbs up to it. It's a nice collection of games. They do a decent job. A little bit pricey, but in the end, it could be fun for like a monthly theme night of games, or to be able to play a bunch of games overnight, over the month, and you don't want to go out and actually look for stuff yourself. So for casual gamers, board gamers who are kind of getting into the hobby, I think it's worth it. It's a nice box. It's a really great idea. But yeah, you can see what is in this month's box. So 3 games. One is award winner, one I highly recommend, one I haven't actually played yet, so I do not know. But you can check us every single day at graphicpolicy.com. Of course, we're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all at Graphic Policy, keeping nice and consistent. Until next time, keep rolling those die and keep it geeky.